Yo, guys, welcome to the Red Pitch podcast. And finally, International Week is nearly over. Am I the only one that doesn't really enjoy International Week? Just as the momentum's going for our club teams, international break comes in and it just slows that momentum. And, it's frustrating. And let's get right into this because what is really frustrating me is Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate's England. Now listen, we know the team sheet came out. Eddie Nketiah, so happy to see Eddie in there. Eddie's played decent this season. He's deserved his call up, right? We're thinking, okay, international game, a qualifier against Ukraine, probably won't get minutes, but then you've got Scotland, a friendly, 100% it will get minutes. And, see what happens from there, right? I was interested to see Eddie around, in the setup, playing, getting some minutes, especially against Scotland. That didn't happen. But anyway, we'll get to that, right? But first thing we're going to get to is England versus Ukraine, right? Game that was played in Poland, that finished 1-1. Good goal from my boy, Zinchenko, Arsenal boy. So we got to support that. But let's get into the England squad for this game, starting lineup, right? So you had Pickford in goal. He's gone with Chilwell, Maguire, Mark Gahey, and Kyle Walker on the right. Now, I wasn't shocked to see Maguire in the squad because, as we know, Maguire is Southgate's boy, right? Now, Southgate, he's always gone on to speak and say, whoever's playing well for their clubs, he will integrate them into the England squad, right? Now, Maguire has not been playing for Manchester United, still gets picked for England, and Southgate's excuse, England don't have enough, what's the word he used? Experience in that back line. Now listen, it's ridiculous. Harry Maguire, now I'm not going to sit here and slander Harry Maguire, all right? But the whole country knows Harry Maguire has just lost it. When he was at Leicester before, he was a decent centre-back, right? You've gone to Man United for a big fee, and it just hasn't worked out. And he just hasn't been good whatsoever, right? He hasn't been playing football. And to be fair, whenever he's played, he hasn't really put in decent enough performances. There are players that have come in that have put in decent performances. Dunk, for example, but we're going to get into that Scotland game in a minute, right? But yeah, midfield, Henderson, Rice, and Maddison. Now, Henderson, no problems with Henderson, but Henderson should not be in and around that England squad at this present time. There are so many other players playing at top level, playing at their best ability. For example, James Ward-Prowse. I don't know how James Ward-Prowse hasn't got in that squad. He's been exceptional since he's moved to West Ham. James Ward-Prowse should have been in that squad, in that team, right? He decided to start Bellingham, one of the best left 8 midfielders in the world right now. You've decided to start Bellingham, the left of a front 3. Now, we know that's not his natural position. We know Bellingham's got the ability to probably play anywhere. But for Real Madrid, in that midfield position, he is tearing it up right now. He's probably the best in the world in his position. and you're not going to play him in your position. You don't play Bellingham in his position, right? But then you come out with this excuse for Foden, saying you can't play Foden in a 10 because Foden doesn't play in a 10 for Man City. Bellingham doesn't play in the left of a 3 for Real Madrid. So then why have you put Bellingham in the left of a 3? Make it make sense, Southgate. Make it make sense. I swear this guy just babbles on and waffles on and just makes up crap as he goes along. Right? England, that game, they weren't the best. They weren't the best. To be fair, Kyle Walker scored for England, the equaliser. Is a brilliant assist by Kane. But what I found in that game as well is Harry Kane, he wasn't up front. Harry Kane was all the way back. He was playing in the 10, the 8, the 6. He was too far back. Now, you're my number 9. We need you up there. Yes, it was a beautiful assist. But you're our number 9. You're our captain. You need to lead the line from the front, right? In that game, England need a goal. England need to win. To be fair, didn't really need to win because basically qualified. But you're drawing. You take off Bellingham and you take off Maddison. Probably Maddison playing exceptional for Spurs right now. Brilliant creator. And you take off, like I said, Bellingham, who's probably been the best England player so far this season. Make it make sense, Southgate. Chilwell seemed like he was a left winger as well in that game. He's supposed to be at left back. I just didn't know the system. You know what? England have one of the best squads in the world in terms of quality. But these guys will never win a major tournament playing the football they play. It is so boring. It is so lackluster. Southgate, it's time for him to go. And if he knows what's best for him, he needs to go before the Euros. Because England will stand no chance of winning the Euros playing the football they're playing now. Now, let's get on to Scotland, right? Scotland 1, England 3. Now, you're thinking to yourself, it's a friendly game now, right? It's a friendly game, so you've brought the likes of Eddie and Nketiah, who you've made do press. You've got his parents in the background. You know, they asked him about Ghana. You do all that, right? You take him away. Yes, it's a nice experience to be training with the squad. But you take him away and then you have a friendly and you do not use the guy. You've just done a Tony on him. Same thing that happened to Ivan Toney, you remember? Obviously, we know there's other circumstances with Ivan Toney, but before that, the time where he put him in the squad, made him sit in front of the cameras, do interviews, how it's nice to be selected by your country, etc., etc. And you don't play the guy, right? Raheem Sterling didn't even get into the squad. Raheem Sterling has been back to his best this season. Sterling's been one of the best players, attacking players in the league this season. Where's Raheem Sterling? Why is Raheem Sterling not in the squad? Lewis Dunk, to his credit, Dunk was excellent. Lewis Dunk was excellent. And I'd rather now see Lewis Dunk in that squad ahead of Harry Maguire. I'm telling you. That game, right? Tell you about the Scotland game. This is how they lined up. Trippier on the left, Mark Gahey, Lewis Dunk Walker again on the right. Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Rambo played excellent. Midfield three of Bellingham, Rice, Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is another one. He's not been playing for Manchester City. Why is he there? Again, like I said, players like James Ward-Prowse has been playing excellent this season. Why was he not there? You take Colwill. Colwill doesn't get no minutes. Guys, Kane, you played Kane. Kane played for 84 minutes in a friendly. Why is Harry Kane playing 84 minutes in a friendly? And then you bring on Callum Wilson for the last 6 minutes. What was the point? You could have given Kane, if you wanted to play him so bad, you could have given Kane 1.5, taken him off, and we could have seen Eddie. We could have seen Colwill on. I'm telling you, man, the quicker Southgate gets away from this England squad, the better. Because if you're going to continue to pick guys like Maguire, Calvin Phillips, who can't get a game, and you know what? I can possibly allow Calvin Phillips because he's a decent player. He just needs more game time. He just needs to leave City to get more game time. But guys like Maguire, and I honestly think Ramsdale needs to be England number 1 now. Ramsdale needs to be England number 1. That's my take. But yeah, listen, man. International breaks, we don't like them. When it gets to the tournaments, yeah, Euros, the World Cups and all that, I love it. But all these international breaks and these unnecessary friendlies sometimes, it's like, you know, players are going to get injured in unnecessarily international friendlies. You're going to have players get injured. And it's just going to have a knock-on effect for club teams. I just find it pointless. But yeah, listen, man. Let's just hope. I don't know when the next internationals are, but let's just hope we just see some major changes. If Maguire is not playing for Manchester United by the next turnaround, don't call him up. If Calvin Phillips is not playing, don't call him up. I want to see players that are playing and playing well. As I said, Sterling should be back in this. But yeah, listen, I'm out. That was my little England international roundup. Can't wait for the Premier League to be back this weekend, man. Let's go.